Greetings of the day. Today we'll try to learn call by value and call by reference in C programming. And we all know that in C, a function can be called by value or call by reference. Call by value means calling a function by passing value of the variable, while call by reference means calling a function by passing address of the variable. And these variables are nothing but parameter to the function. So let's see some theoretical concept. See it very clearly. When a function is called by passing copy of actual parameter to the formal parameter, right? This type of function call is called call by value. So let's see. This is these int num1 and int num2 is actual parameter, and this whole is called function call. So this actual parameter, copy of these actual parameter is passed to the formal parameter. These int x and int y is formal parameter. When copy of this actual parameter is passed to the formal parameter, then this type of function call is called call by value. This is also called signature of the function, which will have return type of the function. So what kind of value this function will return. This is the name of the function. This is first parameter, its type, its name, comma, second parameter, its type, its name. Clear? When the function call, or you can say the control, will come here, automatically that control will be transferred to here. This is actually actual function body. So the value of num1 will come into x and value of num2 will come into y. This int result is a local variable. Then what we'll do? We have value of num1 in x, value of num2 in y. So when we'll do plus x plus y, the total will go to result variable. And when we'll return this result, this will be given to the calling function. So it's very, very simple. I hope you are able to understand it now. Now let us discuss call by reference. See, when a function is called by passing address of actual parameter to the formal parameter, this type of function call is called call by reference. So see, this is a function call, and we have three parameters: result, num1 and num2. Here we are passing address of result, address of num1 and address of num2. We are passing address of three, you can say, parameters, or you can say three actual parameters. We are passing addresses of three actual parameters to formal. So we all know that when we are passing address of a parameter, so at receiving end we need to have a pointer. So this is your formal parameter. This we are passing address, this will come to this pointer. This is a result pointer. This will hold address of result variable, and x will hold address of num1, y will hold address of num2. So ideally at this point we are having address of result, we are having address of num1, and we are having address of num2. And then with the help of dereferencing operator, we call it value at this address. So ideally, with the help of this dereferencing operator, we are able to sum, or we are able to fetch value of num1 and num2, and then we are able to place it into result variable. See it here. This result variable is not part of this function sum. Clear? Earlier, go back. Here we have taken a local variable result. Then we have added, we put address in the result variable. Then we have returned this result, and then it went to the main function. But here we are not declaring any local variable. We are not passing any, or you can say passing any value to the calling function, or you can say we are not returning any value. This is the beauty of call by reference. And see, without returning any variable, we are able to print the result of num plus 1 num2 using main function. That we'll discuss in practical part of it. So let us see the same example with complete code in the demonstration part. Now we are at Turbo C compiler. Let us try to understand this program. See, this is the program which will add two numbers with the help of a function, and here the function is called by value. See the difference between call by value and call by reference. So you need to focus on this program very clearly so that you are able to understand the difference between call by value and call by reference. This is pre-declaration, right? You can pre-declare any function before main. This says this sum function is going to return int type of value. Return type is int. This is the name of the function. These two are the parameter type. So this function will have two parameters, and both the parameters are of type integer. You can declare the same, you can pre-declare the same function like this also. Int return type, name is sum. You can write data type with variable name also while pre-declaring. So what I have done, int num1 comma int num2. So these are the two integer parameters will go at the time of function call. Here I have taken three variables. One is for reading value of number 1, second is for reading value of number 2, and third is for printing result of sum. This CLRS here everybody knows. Print f, enter two numbers to add. This will give a message to the user, enter two numbers to add. This will print the message to the user, put the message to the user, enter first number. This statement will read that number. This will again put a message, enter second number. You can write here ND, second number, and then this line will read that second number, and this is function call. And this type of call is called call by value. In call by value, you need to have a variable at left side so that returning result can be stored. So num and num2 will be passed here as a value. Value of num1 and num2 will go to the function sum, and whatever value as a result will be returned by this sum function will be stored in result variable. And after this, we will be able to print a result here. So see, when this function will be called, after this control will come here, and then value of num1 will be copied into A and num2 will be copied into B. Clear? Then this is a local variable result to hold the result of sum till it is returned to the main function. So now A and B it is equal to num1 and num2, it will be added and result will be stored in result. So this result variable is different from this result variable. This result variable is part of main function. This result variable is part of sum function. Clear? So when we'll return this result after addition, this will be assigned to this variable. Once this value is here, after this statement will be printed. And then we'll get sum of the entered number. Let's run it. Alt F9, Control F9. I am giving first number 12, second number 13, and resultant is 25. So this was the output by calling a function by value. Means we are passing the copy of parameters to the called functions. So let's see one more thing. This num1 and num2 is actual parameter, while the parameters at the body of the function with the body of the function is called formal parameter. So here we are passing the value of parameters to the formal parameter. Clear? Now see the next program, that is call by reference, and see the difference clearly. Now this is the example for call by reference. This is pre-declaration 1, where you are going to tell to the compiler that this function is not going to return any value. The name of the function is sum, and these all are the pointer variables. Means they will receive only addresses of the variable of type integer. The second type of pre-declaration can be of like, this function is not going to return any variable, that's why its return type is void. This is the name of the function. This int is the type of first parameter and it is of type pointer, means it will receive addresses. Second parameter is also of type pointer, it will receive address of the variable. Third is also of type integer and will receive address because it is also a pointer. Now when it comes to this, was part of pre-declaration that we have done. Difference: previously in call by value we were having normal variables, but here we are having pointer variables. In call by reference, means in call by reference we are going to pass addresses of the parameters, you can say. These are the three variables, num1, num2 and result. Num1 and num2 will read data from the user and result will produce result. This is same as previous. So this will this line, first line will say enter 2 number to add. These two line will read first number. These two line will read second number. Now see it here. There is no equal to sign like this. Earlier in previous you must have seen we have taken result equal to sum, but here it is not required. Why? Because we are directly going to access the variable. How come? Because we are getting addresses. So here in call by reference we are passing addresses of every parameter. We are passing 3 parameter and that too as address. After this call, this is a function call, and this type of function call is called call by reference because we are passing addresses of the parameters, or you can say variables. After this, the address of result variable will come in this result pointer. Then address of num variable num1 will come into a pointer, and address of num2 will come in b pointer. So now we have access to all 3 variables directly because we are having addresses of them. When we'll put star with the pointer b, it will direct refer to the value in num2. And when we'll put this star with a pointer, it will directly refer to the value within this or you can say location where that value is placed. Similarly, when we place a star with this result pointer, it will directly refer to the value, or you can say place where value is stored. When we'll do A plus B, star A plus star B, this is called dereferencing operator. We can also read it value at this address. A is ideally address and star says value at this address. It is adding, well, with the help of star A and star B, we are adding ideally num1 and num2. And when we are placing the total of this using this particular dereferencing operator, it is ideally placing the value in result variable. That's why it is not required to return anything. आपने देखा यहाँ हमने कोई return नहीं लगाया. This function type is also void. So we are not returning. But how come we are able to get the result here? Because we have not returned it. Why? Because we have directly accessed, we have added, and we have put the value of addition in this variable directly without any passing, any returning, because we were able to access this address of this variable, or you can say that the location where that value is stored, we are able to place directly. So I hope now you are able to understand the major difference between call by value and call by reference. In call by value, we pass copy of values of variable to the function. While in case of call by reference, we pass address of the variables where value is stored. So that's how in call by reference, a function can directly access to the variable. That is happened here. Without touching result variable, we are able to place total here. Let's run it. Control F9, Alt F9, Control F9. We are adding. Then we are adding, putting this. See it here. I'm printing it from main, and calculation is done in function. Clear? Addition is done here and result is printed from the main. How it is possible? Only because we are able to access, we have access to the variables with the help of their results. So that's all from my side. Please like and subscribe my channel. That will motivate me a lot. Thank you so much for watching.